everyone, and welcome to the best of Wedding Breakfast. Over the last year, we've travelled the UK, delving into the magical world of weddings to bring you the very best the UK has to offer to help you plan your big day, from travelling in style to wickedly naughty wedding cakes. And over the next 30 minutes, we'll be taking a look at some top locations and, most importantly, the dress. First up, before we pop on that little white frock, we visit Alexander House and Utopia Spa just outside Brighton. We went along to take a look at this magnificent estate and catch up with Sarah Clifford, the marketing manager.
So I'm the wedding coordinator here at Alexander House Hotel in Utopia Spa. We're in East Grinstead in a small village called Turners Hill. We're about 25 minutes away from Brighton. It's about an hour away from London. We have 38 bedrooms in the hotel. Now, half of them are on the traditional side of the hotel, which is a really lovely country house, really great for a wedding. And the other half are on our contemporary side. Now, this was built May 2006 to give us our massive spa, 25 treatment rooms and our new wedding suite. The hotel dates back to the 17th century. It was a private house when it got converted into a hotel. It still really is like an old country house. You walk through, the bedrooms are still very similar. As you walk around, there's pictures of how the house used to look. All the bookcases, everything like that really gives that kind of old feel that you're really there in the house as it used to be. The new bit, very, very sympathetically put on. You wouldn't really realise when you're actually stepping into it, except that you now enter a more contemporary world. At the hotel, we have 4 wedding packages that we offer, and each of them is tailored to meet your needs, whether you would like a small intimate ceremony for 2 people or you prefer one of the larger ceremonies of up to 150 people. So the more traditional wedding ceremonies on the old part of the house can go up to 40 people, and we have 2 wedding packages that can involve those, and that includes from anything from your room hire, your 5-course wedding breakfast with champagne and canapes, your toast, your tea, your coffee, your place cards, your menu, everything included like that. And then we have the larger wedding receptions on our new part of the building. The wedding packages there can include your disco, it can include your overnight accommodation, again in the bridal suite where we're sitting now. You can have complimentary spa passes for your guests to come and use the spa. The perfect thing that we offer is for the bride-to-be to come the night before with her mum or with her friends and stay the night before and let us pamper you. So we have a hair salon, we've got a nail salon, we've got pedicures, manicures, a range of therapists just waiting to get their hands on you. We offer so many treatments, it's unbelievable. You could spend 3 weeks here before your wedding just being pampered. On the morning of the wedding, we've got hairdressers that can come up to your room, or you can come down to our hair salon and have your hair done. The hotel is really flexible to your needs, whatever. We have so many different gardens here that you can use. When you arrive from your ceremony from your church, or whether you get married here, you then have sort of an hour and a half gap before you have your wedding breakfast, the absolutely ideal time to have photographs, champagne, canapes, etc. So we have a range of different lawns available for that. You also have your own exclusive wedding garden in the Shelley Suite, with doors leading right out from where you eat your meal to where the garden is. We have resident peacocks on site to entertain you. We have waterfalls, we have an outside hot tub, etc. Everything's out there, again, with photographs to make it special for you. At Alexander House Hotel, we are very lucky that we do have East Grinstead, Brighton, etc. very nearby. Within the town, we have a team of people waiting to help with your wedding. So whether you need your cake, whether you need your flowers, your wedding dress, some extra place cards, you want a video of the day, whatever it is, we can organise it for you. We've made great relationships with everybody nearby, and they're all local, so they all know the hotel really well. They know every one of us, and in turn, obviously, they will know you. When you are looking for ideas for your wedding menu, the best thing to do, and is what we offer here at the hotel, is for yourselves and some of your friends and family to come in for a menu tasting, where you'll come in, you'll meet with our head chef, have a glass of champagne in the lounge, go through, and we will serve your wedding breakfast to you as it would be your wedding day. So you would choose some different dishes. Then it's up to you. You pick and choose. You try your boyfriends, try whatever. Our head chef will then sit down with you afterwards and discuss absolutely everything, what you liked, what you didn't like. He's obviously done quite a few weddings here before, so he knows exactly what will work, what won't work. We have had a few famous guests here staying at Alexander House Hotel. John Travolta being one of them, staying in this exact bed only a couple of months ago. And we are in talks with a few more celebrities to do some weddings here. The best advice I would give you for booking your wedding is to book well in advance. I mean, we are very lucky that we're a very, very popular wedding venue, and we are nearly fully booked now for 2008. We're getting there for 2009. If you do want to book your wedding at Alexander House, I would advise that you get in there they're quick.
Wow, what an incredible location. I'm all for healing the body and soothing the soul. Just make sure you set aside some pamper time because you're worth it. Well, from Lord of the Manor to Queen of the Catwalk. Next up, some beautiful dresses by Elizabeth Emmanuel called Art of Elegance and exclusive to BHS.
I've been designing a range of beautiful wedding dresses for BHS, which has been a very exciting project because normally when I've ever done projects of that sort before, it's just been a sketch. But what's been great about working with BHS is the involvement I've had in everything, right through from designing the dress, even to packaging, the labels, absolutely everything. And I just love being involved to that extent. And what's so exciting is my dresses normally are very expensive, so it does put it out of reach of, the general public. And I've always really wanted to design things that are much more available. And so this has been a chance to do that. I was doing a bit of research because I did want to reach a wider audience and not just do solely the one-off dresses. And BHS is the market leader in weddings, and I've heard that 1 in 4 weddings has one item at least from BHS, which is just phenomenal. And they have a very good reputation, and so we approached them and we started work and came up with these lots of designs actually to begin with, and then slowly we chipped away at them and we came up with the 4 that we thought would be the most fantastic ones to start with. The Art of Elegance dresses that we designed with BHS sit alongside my couture designs really well, mainly because we use the same patterns, the same shapes and the same structure. We made the toiles here in the studio, and that way we could control the look and the production. And when they came back, I was absolutely astounded at how they just recreated them exactly as I'd wanted. There was no compromise. The 4 dresses that I designed that you can see here around me actually are based on our couture patterns. So they have boning, the construction details are the same. Really, the only difference is the fabrics, and I think the fabrics that we ended up choosing, as you can see, are just fantastic. They're so close to the originals, but obviously we've made them get out at a certain price point that's affordable to the public. But I think any bride who's going to wear this, they're going to certainly get the spirit of the couture. I mean, the look is very, very similar. This little dress here, which is made in an organza, it's very delicate looking and very fragile. It's got a tight waist. Again, they're all bones, so it gives you a fantastic shape. And it looks like it's a sash, but it's actually part of the dress. And it pulls you in really tight, and then it gives you a beautiful curvy bust line. So it's great, really, for any shape. All these dresses are fantastic, really, for any shape. And then this dress behind me is very, very elegant, very structured. It's got the drapes to one side. The boning in it just gives you that shape. With all of these dresses, you don't actually need any underwear underneath because it does everything. You zip the dress on and you're ready, and even girls who don't have a waist or no bust, whatever, as soon as they put one of these dresses on, they just look fantastic. Normally, to buy one of my dresses, you'd have to come to the studio, and prices start around £10,000. This collection, Art of Elegance, that we've designed with BHS, the prices are much more affordable. In fact, all of these dresses are £495, and that is extraordinary, I think, because they've managed to capture the essence of my couture in these dresses, and yet it's not going to break the bank. And I just think they look incredible. I'm so proud to be associated with them. And they're going to be available from 5 of the BHS stores nationwide and also online. And if anybody wants to have more details, they should go to the BHS website, and then they'll find out who the stockists are.
Simply stunning dresses for you there by Elizabeth Emmanuel, and it just goes to show you can look and feel like a princess on your big day, and it doesn't have to break the bank. Well, time for a quick break now. We'll see you in 3 when we're talking chocolate. Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of the very best of wedding breakfast. Okay, so if you're planning your hen party and are looking for some top ideas, we visited sunny Bournemouth to check out the delicious Chocolate Hotel. And yes, it's true, it really is all about chocolate.
I run the Chocolate Boutique Hotel, which is located in the centre of Bournemouth. We're 5 minutes walk from the sea and 5 minutes walk from the centre of town. We were, and still are in fact, involved in the chocolate fountain business. We had a number of the mini chocolate fountains, and we decided we'd just try and offer a chocolate fountain and to see whether people responded to that by having one in their room. I can't tell you how many people do that. So we take it to the room, complete with fresh strawberries, marshmallows, and leave the rest up to them. The hotel has 13 different bedrooms. They've all been given chocolate names. Some of them will not be familiar to people, but there are books in each room that describe the names. Theobroma would be an example. Theobroma is the name, Theobroma cacao is the name of the chocolate tree, it's the botanical name. And all the explanations are in books that are in the room, so it just makes them a little bit more interesting. As I say, there are a selection of, there's one single room, then we have doubles, twins and family rooms. They all have ensuite facilities, some of them with some super showers, great decor. They've all got flat screen TVs and they've all got iPod docking stations in them. So if you bring your iPod, you can listen to your tunes in the room. We've got a conservatory at the front of the building, which will be it will remain as a conservatory, but it will also have the history of chocolate with appropriate pictures throughout it. So just when people are sitting there, if they want to learn more about chocolate, it'll all be documented there. And downstairs in the lower ground, we have our breakfast room, which also doubles as our chocolate workshop. Okay, so we're about to make some truffles, Belgian truffles. We've melted some chocolate here. And what we're going to do is pour in a little bit of cream into that. And then we're mixing that together like so. So mixing that, putting it into the piping bag. Whoops, thank you very much. And then when we get to this stage, we've then got our mixture in the piping bag, and what we're going to do is just pipe out some nice, easy lines like so. So what we're going to do now is let these set. We might put them in the fridge just to speed the process up. When they come out, we'll cut them up, we'll roll them, we'll coat them in more chocolate, and we'll put toppings on them, and that'll be our finished product. The Chocolate Boutique Hotel is a superb place for you if you're having a hen party, just because it's very stylish and so much different to every other typical B&B place in Bournemouth. And if you really want to go to town, which a number of hen groups do, then you would book on and do the chocolate workshop course. So yeah, lots of things to do, and of course the nightlife here, the beaches are fantastic.
What an incredible hotel. I would love to go and stay there for the weekend any longer, and I'd be clinically obese. Enjoy. Now, the most important element of any girl's big day is, of course, the dress. And we try to inspire you, if not bring you to physical tears, with some gorgeous creations. Next up, we visit Jason Jennings at his showroom in London.
My grandmother did crochet. My granddad used to make suits and stuff. Like, you know, come over here in the 50s and used to do all the suits. So I grew up around like tailors and stuff like that. So I didn't actually have any aspirations to be a designer. It wasn't until like last year of school that we had a fashion project, and it just came easy to me because it was something that I'd seen all my life. Jason Jennings Bridal Wear, you'll get something different every season. Me, I'm eclectic and I've got quite a short attention span, so I can't do the same thing every single time. Even in the collection, I'll do like 3 dresses to a story, and they'll have a different look for a different bride, a different shape, a different size. So I can't repeat myself. Do you know what I mean? Once it's done, it's done. I need to move on and do the new thing. I get my inspiration from films, books. I could just be walking down the street and see a nice leaf, and I'll say, I'll use that as an embroidery. So it could be anywhere, anything, at any time. I'm not necessarily when I'm actually looking for it, because when you look for it, you're working too hard, if you know what I mean. It has to come natural. So anywhere, it could be anything that I get my inspiration from. I've always been fascinated by, you know, like old movies, especially old Vogues. I always go to the library, sit there and look at Vogues from 1935 up until about 1970, and that's always generally where I start. And because they've always got strong looks, I always then sort of bring it back to my work. Do you know, again, you've sort of got that 60s sort of neckline, heavy beading, you've got the long draping on the back. One of my current dresses from March 08, which we showed at Harrogate, it was based on just pearls. I quite like pearls. I've always liked pearl necklaces and diamonds together, actually. So I just wanted to give a real strong look to it, and I just did my beading, you know, like using clusters of pearls and putting a little bit of diamond onto it, and actually using it quite heavily rather than little dainty bits. So it's just making quite a strong, powerful statement. This is the heavy beading that I was talking about. Again, so you've got all the ruche draping around the neck. And then again, that was sort of just based on the Queen's necklaces and stuff like that. Again, where I've thrown some diamantes in there. Always the low back, long train. So again, it's just, you know, all that just takes the detail off your stomach, makes you just feel comfortable. Then I have the classic with a twist, which is a lace dress. That we buy the lace from Paris, but we actually re-embroider it and do all the little knots and details on it. And again, the little twisted belt with the little buttons along the side, again, just takes your detail off the midriff, basically. And again, you've got like a long swooshy train on that. The bespoke service that I want to start, it stems from me designing, actually, because I really put a character into every dress that I design. So if I've got a real life character in front of me that I can build a dress around and create from scratch, that I think is the ultimate test of being a designer for me, personally. Making her happy on her day. I would suggest that a woman will come to me with cuttings and look at as many magazines as possible just to try and define herself and her character. Come to me so that I've got a clear idea of what she's actually looking at. And then I would possibly do, like, obviously loads of illustrations in terms of trying to capture the look that she's actually wanting. Almost trying to capture her, really, because I draw quite graphically. So trying to capture her, get the feeling of it, and then we'll just do like a rough calico. We'll probably do about 4 or 5 fittings with her. Rough calico, make sure we've got the length, the lines right, the fitting right, making sure she feels comfortable. You know, literally build the dress from inside out to the finished product, which takes about 12 weeks. But you can always tell when the bride's found the right dress, she's got a smile on her face and she doesn't want to take it off. She's sort of in la la land. She's, you know, she's just wondering about, you know, she tests how it walks and she's got her shoes. She knows, and no matter what anyone else says to her, you know, everyone's always got an opinion. She knows when she's got the right dress, definitely.
Such gorgeous dresses for you there, and such a lovely guy. He would make you feel and look like a princess. Now, some of you may be thinking of a high glamour location for your wedding. Well, if that's the case, this next feature is for you. Beach Blanket Babylon have 2 unique venues in the heart of central London, and we went along to meet Sadie Brown to see what these Gothic palaces had to offer.
Blanket Babylon is right in the centre of Notting Hill, just off Westbourne Grove, Portobello Road. It's been Beach Blanket Babylon for about 17 years. It's converted Georgian house. We've had it for about 10 years. When we moved here, it already had some of the features downstairs, which it was famous for. The whole Gaudi feel, but then we've obviously opened this floor only last year, and so we now have 2 floors and have kind of made it more what it is today. I think people just come here completely for the wow factor, because if you brought someone here, it's like, oh my god, yeah, it's jaw-dropping. So I think we're known for being fun, a bit crazy, it's a bit frou-frou, really good atmosphere. It's definitely a destination venue. People come here from all around the world. Currently we're sat in the ballroom, which is used primarily for functions, weddings, engagements, birthdays, very popular for anything family. We can seat up to 60 guests in a number of seating styles, standing around 150. We've obviously got the private bar and also the drawing room off of the main room, which guests can use if they have their cake or they have presents, so it really is all on one floor. The executive chef is is Rex Newmark, which is the other proprietor's son. It's a family business. They're very flexible. Obviously, we have set menus, we have breakfast menus, we have platters, canapes. We're going to start doing sushi too, just as a new thing. So the executive chef will sit down with you and talk through what you want. So we are really, really flexible on food. It's modern European in style. There's various seatings available. A really popular one is if we have a long banqueting table, and then we do get kind of thrones in, so the couple can sit in the chairs. It's just fabulous. The clients that come here, the guests that we have, are looking for something different, that complete wow factor. Very creative, very arty, pretty, they want that complete opulence, that over-the-top glamour, but obviously with a really good food and really good service at the same time. So I guess it's a choice for someone that wants just that little bit extra. Beach Blanket Babylon Shoreditch is set at the top of Bethnal Green Road. We chose this part of town because obviously it's a very up-and-coming area just in this square. We've got Le Trois Garçons next door, Lounge Lover, Shoreditch House. It's just a very up-and-coming area. It's 5 minutes from Liverpool Street or Old Street. Because it's a converted warehouse, obviously it's still very BBB when you walk in. I think you get the same feel, but it's more in sympathy with its roots of being a warehouse. So we've put different areas in, very similar to Notting Hill, so it's still very opulent, still very grand, quite retro, but then quite contemporary and loungy in feel as well. Because of the size of the venue, it can actually hold up to 800, split over the 2 floors that are currently open, so it's more of a party venue. So if you're looking for a big engagement party with a dance floor and a DJ, real party vibe, then this would be the best choice. When you walk in on the ground floor is the restaurant, which can seat up to 150, and it's set around the main marble central bar, which is a big feature of the ground floor. And around the bars we have various areas, and then there's also a raised mezzanine area which can seat up to 60 for semi-private dining. We also plan to section that off completely as well, and that has an open fireplace and the big windows and some really unusual light fittings over each table. So that makes it really popular for special occasions. We've done lots of black tie up there, that kind of vibe. Downstairs we're in the cocktail lounge, it is kind of a party vibe, but quite a refined loungy feel. So we don't like to call it a club. And we have DJ, dance floor, again a large marble central bar, different seating areas, and then we're up in the raise, which is our VIP area, which has different sized leather booths. These are perfect for canapé parties, cocktail parties, and you can hire the whole floor or just this part of the floor. Either floor at BBB is perfect for an engagement party due to the entrance on either floor. You've got the sweeping staircase here where you can greet your guests with your champagne or cocktails and meet the happy couple, and the same with upstairs as well. So there's the grand entrance, then you can be taken up to the raised area, and here you can be taken to the VIP area. And I don't think, if I'm right, there's anywhere in the area that can hold, say, 300-400 people on one floor at any one time. So it really stands out as a plus point for that reason.
BBB Notting Hill is without doubt my favourite location for a cocktail or two, and perfect for celeb watching. I've heard Madonna is a fan. Well, that's it for the best of wedding breakfast locations and dresses. Tune in next time for some more top inspiration. Remember, you dream it, we help make it happen. See you soon.